Hello everyone, how are you? I hope everybody is fit and fine. And this is lecture 2 of new series that is Python programming. In this series we are discussing about various concepts related with Python language, and in this lecture basically we'll be dealing with basic data structures in Python. This is going to be part A of lecture number 2, where we will discuss about one of its data structures, that is list, and other data structures apart from list are tuple, dictionary and set. List, and how we'll come to know that what actually is the purpose of data structures. Data structures helps in managing, handling, dealing and storing the data. They also help in traversing, modifying and updating the data. So without further ado, let's dive deep into data structures. That is, first data structure is list. How we will come to know that it is list. List is denoted by these square brackets. Like in Java, we have the concept of arrays, where arrays were denoted by these square brackets, and in this array we can only store only one kind of data. If we are storing only integer numbers, then only integers will be stored in arrays. If we want to store let's instance floating point numbers, then only floating point numbers will be stored. But the advantage that Python's list provides us is that we can store different kind of mixed data types, different kind of values in this list. Suppose if I want to store strings, characters, integers, all these things can be stored simultaneously within these square brackets. Next, the property of list, that is, these lists are mutable. Now, mutable means the changes can easily be made within this list with the help of some functions that are here. Okay. Second concept of list is it possesses both positive or negative index. Now, before discussing what is meant by positive or negative index, we must note actually indexes. Index is a kind of order that is given to the value stored in the list. Suppose if I say, let's say numbers is my list and I want to store numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these numbers are stored in the computer memory. Let's say this is a computer memory where these numbers are stored 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we order this, this order is given some name, and this name is basically a index, that is 0th. It is located, this 1 is located at 0th index, 2 is located at 1th index, third, this 3 value is located at 2nd index. Similarly, this 4 is located at 3rd index. But when I talk about what is the length of this list, length means the total number of values stored in the list. Here it is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So length of this list is going to be 4, but the index starts from 0 to 3rd. So what is the relation between index and length? Length of the list is equal to index plus 1, or in other way we can also say index is 1 less than the length. And must remember, index in Python starts from 0, and when the index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, this is called the positive index. And when I start from the previous, Python also provides us advantage that we can also begin from the last. Suppose I want to assess this fourth element, so how I'll highlight in case I have say 100 numbers stored in the list. So I'll write 100, 101. No, to make it easy, if we want to, let's say, assess the last element will be directly assessed in Python basically with the index -1. And when this 3 will be in other way stored at the index -2, and this 2 will be stored at -3. Similarly, when we move from -1, -2, -3, this way, this kind of index is called negative index. Now, what are the various operations that can be performed on list? Since we discussed list is mutable, so various operations can also be performed on the list. So what are these operations? We will discuss this one by one. One is append, this is extend, insert. Now, append means some change to add something. Extend also means to extend something, to add something on it. And insert also means to add extra thing into this. Similarly, if we want to remove some element, delete some element, there are also operations: remove, pop, clear. And how we come to know that these are functions? Because we have dealt with one property of function in previous videos, that is, functions are denoted by these small parentheses. Whenever the parenthesis is with the keyword used, we'll always come to know that this is certainly going to be a function. Let's say we have list which stores these characters, that is A, B, C, D and E. What if I want to add F and G into this list? I have two options to add this, and in case something in between, I have one another option called insert. Now what are the various outputs that these operations tell us? So the output number 1 for this append function is, suppose I say I have these two steps are already done. List 1 we have declared. Now list 1 ko we appended with F and G. Now what, suppose we now print with the help of print function, we print this list 1. Okay, what will be the output then? So output will be this A, B, C, D, E, and now here comes the twist. This F and G will be printed as this. Okay, now what if I again print list 1 after performing this operation dot extend? Now print list 1 after this extend operation. What will be my output? This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E. Now one by one these values will be added onto this list 1, that is here F and G will be added like this, unlike in the first case which was as it added like a kind of list, another list was added into this. This is the function of append and this is the function of extend. Now insert, suppose you want to add this B, something after rechecking you come to know that something you have skipped. In order to add something at a particular place, we use this insert function at a particular place, I said. Now how we come to know about that particular place? With the help, how we identify that particular place? This is with the help of index. Index is something, some order is given. Now index of this A is 0, this B is 1, this C is 2. Now I want to add something over this. Automatically the index then moves to the C becomes 3, index of the C becomes 3, index of D becomes 4 and index of E becomes 5. Let's see. Now we want to insert this capital B at the second index. Now what will happen after performing this operation when I use print function to print list 1? Okay. Must be very careful that this L has to be capital, because I told you earlier video that Python programming or Python language is a case sensitive language, and something written in lowercase is differentiated always that is from something that is written in uppercase. Okay, now what will be the output of this insert function? That is A, B. Now this is 0, this is first at a 0 index, this is at first index. Now at the second index we have to insert this P. So at the second index this P will come, then comes this C, D and E. Okay, now what if we want to remove this entire list? Entire list, when I say, we use clear function, or if we want to delete a particular element we use this remove function, and similar is the function pop. Now suppose we want to remove this entire list, so I perform this clear operation on this list1 dot clear. Now when I print list1, what will happen? I got the output as this empty list, and this is called empty list. Okay, so this was all about one of the data structures, that is list, and we discussed various operations, what are the properties, how we can perform various changes in the list. In the next videos, we'll discuss one by one about other data structures, that is tuple, dictionary and set. So this was all for today. Thank you.